welcome to class. My name is Tiffany, and today we're doing a simple morning warm-up to help you start your day, or maybe you're going to choose to do this at the end of the day. Both are good. So let's begin with hands and knees and grab a bolster and 2 blocks. I'm setting my 2 blocks at the top of the mat and my bolster a little bit behind. Now you can plant your knees on your bolster like this, or if you have knee sensitivity, it might feel better to not have your knees directly on the bolster and more on the shins part of your leg. So bring your blocks in so that your hands can be aligned with the blocks, and find a little tabletop. So as we kind of find our tabletop, sit your booty back to your heels, maybe tuck your toes, relax your head, look back. You could even bring your hands out a little bit further, maybe even elbows or forearms come down to the blocks, and just find a gentle little child's pose, something that makes sense for you. It might also feel good to sit up and stretch out the backs of your feet. So wherever you're at is good. Take a deep inhale wherever you find yourself. Exhale, deep inhale. Exhale. Maybe seal the lips and breathe just through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Maybe keep that breath throughout practice. I'll remind you as we kind of get into it. Go ahead and lift up and come onto hands and knees and find your tabletop. Take a deep inhale, let the belly drop, look up. Exhale, round the back, tuck your chin. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round the back. Maybe just find some organic movement. So you can stick out your left hip and look over your right shoulder. Same, right hip, left shoulder. So making like the C curve with the spine. Maybe you want to kind of shift forward and back, gently warm up your shoulders a little bit. And we're going to be on our wrists a little bit today, so let's move our blocks out of the way and make a connection with our mat. So take your hands so the palms are facing up. I'm wearing a watch, so I'm flipping it. And what you want is connection to the top of the wrist, the middle finger, pinky finger, and maybe the thumbnail. We'll see, but essentially you want this connection to the mat. It is harder than it sounds. So forearms come down, top of the wrist is on the mat, and then try with your middle finger, and then your pinky, maybe your index and ring fingers kind of come down too, and then maybe you open up to the thumb, so you spread your fingers wide, push all of your fingertips into the mat. Open, open, open. Deep inhale here through the nose. Exhale. If you want to add a little something with your shoulders, or maybe this is enough, you stay right here, but if you want to add something, push into the elbows and like you're dragging your forearms back. That'll kind of light up those shoulder blades. Nothing moves. It's just the action of like, oh, I'm trying. Inhale through the nose, exhale. Okay, go ahead and shake that out. Whew. Shake it out good. Now, if it feels comfortable, take your hands like this, place them down onto the mat, and come out far enough to where you're not feeling any type of pain. If you need to roll up your mat or place something under your wrist, then do that. You can also kind of lean forward with fingertips pointing forward, but for this stretch, we're going to bend at the elbows and then let the palms come up slowly, and then let the fingers get a stretch. So maybe just the fingertips are down, and then slowly lift up till all the fingertips come up. Shake that out. Yeah? Okay, now final stretch is a reverse prayer in the front. So tops of the hands are coming together, fingertips, fingernails are coming together, maybe the thumbs, and then pull the hands down to feel a stretch along that part of your wrist. Deep inhale. Exhale. All right, shake it out. Awesome. Bring your blocks back to the top of the mat. Set your hands on the blocks, and then let's go ahead and extend your left leg behind you and just gently rock back and forth. So now we're kind of getting a little wrist stretch, a little calf stretch. Our calves deserve more energy, y'all. Maybe we hold it here. Now a full side body stretch would be lifting up that foot, crossing it back, kind of like a curtsy, and then looking over that right shoulder. So getting a full side body stretch. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. It's like I could be here all day. Bring it all the way back to center. And then knee comes in, switch sides. So left leg extends and we're rocking back and forth, kind of feeling that stretch along our wrists. And if for some reason your wrists are very sensitive today, you can always come down on the forearms and do this. Always an option. You could even arrange so that the blocks are a little bit higher. So you can give yourself that space to kind of feel the pose exactly how it was with the wrists. Now hold it in that calf stretch. Cross it over, so like that curtsy, and then look over that left shoulder now. Deep inhale, exhale. Nice. Bring it back, and then knee back to center. Let's just find a little cat-cow. I'm going to do it for my forearms. It's feeling pretty good. Inhale, exhale. The blocks and bolsters don't make the practice easier. It makes the practice more accessible. Remember that. Okay, now bringing the blocks back down to the ground, I'd like for you to consider placing hands on the ground, but if you're having some wrist sensitivities, then lift up the knees and come into a narrow downward facing dog. We can move our bolster out of the way now. So maybe less weight is on the blocks and you're kind of like reaching in like this extended forward fold kind of, but we're like aiming for downward facing dog, like the action of it. If you feel like my wrist can handle it, you can press into the wrists and just notice like on the blocks, the palm of my wrist likes to be on the block versus the top of my hand. So if I want to make more connection to the mat, then I need to bring my hands down to the mat. So make whatever arrangements make sense in your body today. So maybe it's on the blocks and that narrow down dog. Maybe you step your feet back and you want your hands on the mat, or maybe your hands on the blocks. So do whatever works for you. So here I want you to just kind of bring the knees down, hover, and then shift your weight back into downward facing dog. Bring the knees down. So we're almost like in a plank, but our knees never touch. And then shift your weight back into downward facing dog. So just go through that a few times in a way that makes sense for you. And maybe this is where you are. I'm just kind of moving back and forth. The main goal with this action is just to get those weight in the shoulders, building some strength. And then also working on core, working on a lot of other things, but mostly shoulders. All right, go ahead and sit your hips back. Walk your feet forward enough to where you find your forward fold. Take your belly and push into it so that it fits between your thighs. Bend your knees a lot, and maybe hands come down to the blocks. Maybe it grabs your forearms. Wherever you're at is good. Relax your head, look to the back of the mat. Shift a little bit forward into the toes. Shift a little bit back into the heels. Shift a little bit to the right. Shift a little bit to the left. Yeah? On that next exhale, bend the knees. Put all the weight into the feet, almost like the feet are pushing you to stand. Head comes up last. Ooh, shoulders roll down and back. Sometimes I'm like, in practice, I have all these things in my head. And then I go through the yoga moves and then I'm like, oh my God, it can feel this good. So I hope it's feeling that way in your body too. I hope you're like, yes, that's exactly what I need. That is always my goal. Take a moment here in this mountain posture. Maybe lift up all the toes, set them down. Maybe squeeze your bum, relax. Maybe squeeze the shoulders by the ears and relax them, and just like stand in this amazing balance posture. Yes, I said it. It's a balance posture. We're balancing on 2 feet. Deep inhale, exhale. Okay, so we kind of warmed up those shoulders. Let's warm them up a little bit more. We're going to be working a lot today, probably in this hunched position. So let's just kind of let those shoulder blades get some movement in. So inhale, let's reach our arms all the way up and overhead, and we're out to the side on this first one. And the second one, we'll do 2 each way. So inhale, exhale. Okay, now I want you to flip your hands up, reaching them just a little bit in front, so like that, okay? So now we're lifting up, palms face up, and then flipping the hands, so now palms face down, okay? Do that again. Lift up, so palms face up. Exhale, so palms face down. So we're kind of getting into that internal, external rotation. Maybe the thumbs kind of reach behind a little bit. We're like, what kind of range of motion does my arms have, right? Now we're gonna go in a little bit more. Palms face up again, reach up. Maybe you focus on the fact that your ribs are kind of staying in line with your pelvis, so your arms don't go as high, and that's okay. And then flip your hands and then reach them all the way down. So this might happen if you reach up. You're like, oh, I can reach really high, but then my ribs are kind of doing the reaching. So if I bring them down, you can really see the range of motion in my arm. So just notice if it comes up, maybe adjust, maybe it feels good the other way. I don't know. It's your body. You do whatever feels good. Just offering a suggestion. Maybe bring the palms together or just hovering apart. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, bring them all the way back down. Again, this time, maybe palms face out, reach up, notice, yeah. And then reach them all the way back down. Nice. Just kind of shake out those wrists. They've done a lot of work. Shake out your shoulders. All right, bring your hands to heart center. Tuck your chin. Thank yourself for showing up today, being present in this practice. You've warmed up all the things in your body. You are ready to begin or end your day on a very good note, sending you all the positive and amazing vibes for you and for today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Maybe bring your thumbs to your third eye and just bow to yourself, to your practice. Mwah. Thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to support this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, share, maybe comment down below, tell me what you want to see next. And then also check out my offerings. I have a membership where it's $10 a month. The first week is free, so you get access to much longer videos and a lot more of them, as well as all of my courses. And I have some retreats coming up, so definitely check out my retreat offerings down below because I'm actually a really good retreat host, like the best. Thanks so much for watching, friends. I'll see you on the next one.